How's it going, metalheads, and welcome back to another video. We're back again with another CD collection update. Got another stack of stuff to go over here, right here. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys what I got recently. Probably going to be another one of these fairly soon because the CDs just never stop. And I'm trying to get in all of my purchasing before I have to go up to college. Because if you guys aren't aware, I'm going to college down at Western Colorado University in Gunnison. And it'll just be harder to, do the amount of ordering that I do down there. So yeah, let's get into it. Start off with the stuff just on the top here. Did a Discogs order, picked up Steel Bearing Hands. I think this is their second and most recent album called Slay in Hell. Here is the front of it, and I will explain why it is out of a case in a little bit. But yeah, Slay in Hell, super awesome album, really death thrashy. It's got one of the members of Frozen Soul in it, if you're interested in that. Really awesome band. Next, I have a band that you guys know I absolutely adore. This is also their most recent album. There's War Remains from Enforced. There's the front insert there. Again, I'll explain in a second. And then the last thing from this Discogs order that I got was Indiscriminate Butchery by Putrefying Cadaverment. Really awesome, like brutal death kind of thing. Yeah, super awesome stuff there. Anyway, I'll try to throw up a picture, but when I opened this package, I heard stuff rattling around, and I literally had to pour the package out as the jewel cases were just blown to smithereens. I don't know what happened. Maybe they ran through a machine or something. I don't think it was the seller's fault at all. But yeah, I have new cases for those on the way. Just kind of annoying. Whatever. That's always the danger of shipping CDs. Anyway, the next thing I have was just one that I found that I really wanted to pick up. Wasn't too expensive online, so I figured I'd support the band. This is the band Mutilated by Zombies with their album Scenes from the Afterlife. Just straight up old school death metal. I don't remember exactly where they're from. I think it might be Kansas. It doesn't say in here, but yeah. Kind of a campy band name, I understand that much. But if you can get past that, super awesome music, and I really enjoy this album. So definitely check out Mutilated by Zombies if you haven't heard of them before. Next up, the band I just shouted out recently, Convulsus with Unrepentant Menace. This is Michigan thrash metal, almost death thrash. Pretty brutal stuff. With their debut album, Unrepentant Menace, from earlier this year. I'll be reviewing this album very soon in full. But yeah, there's the track listing. Super awesome stuff. Definitely worth your time to check out if you like thrash. Next up is a band that I found out on Instagram, and they were charging only like $6 for this, so I figured I'd pick it up. It is Pain Portal with their debut called Portal of Pain. I think they're also from Michigan, Death Grind duo. I shouted these guys out. They're pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff there. Definitely check out this album if you haven't. Super awesome death grind. This is an album I should have had a while ago, but just failed to pick up till right now. It is Denver death metal up-and-comers Harvested with their debut album from last year called Corrupted Sense of Survival. Super awesome death metal. Definitely paving the way for, a new crop of death metal bands here in the Denver area. But yeah, super awesome stuff on this album. Definitely check out Harvested if you haven't already. Yeah, this is a great album, and not just because I, have met the guys in the band and stuff, and they're cool people, but this is really good music if you're into death metal, so definitely check out Corrupted Sense of Survival. Next up, if you saw my Replicant video, I have Negative Life now. Cost me a pretty penny on Discogs, but I'm super stoked to almost have everything by Replicant on CD, and then I also have their split with Beit Lame. I think I'm saying that right, Beit Lam, something like that, but yeah. Super cool to have both of these. Didn't know if I'd ever pick up the debut just because it was not for sale for a while. Paid over $40 on Discogs for it, but it was well worth it because I love Replicant, and now I have almost all their stuff. I'm missing one CD. If you don't count the split that doesn't have a CD release, I'm missing one CD. It's the Chasm of Aeon split with Astral Tomb, Inoculation, and Cryptic Shift, and they have one song on it. So I'm basically only missing one song by Replicant that's on CD, which is pretty cool. Anyway, continuing. Went to the record store the other day with some friends. I guess that was last week now. Picked out some stuff. First one is my third album from this band. But the first one I actually have in a case, as the other ones I got were in a collection. But this is Pantera with The Great Southern Trendkill. I also have Reinventing the Steel and Cowboys from Hell in a book I got from my uncle. But this is just the first one I picked up. It was a really good price. It was used. Next, I also got used. This is actually my first CD from this band. You might be surprised because I absolutely adore this band. This is Cannibal Corpse with a Skeletal Domain. One of the best modern Cannibal Corpse albums, I believe. Definitely a bunch of cool stuff on here, like High Velocity Impact Spatter. Obviously, a Skeletal Domain. Killer Becomes great. Vector of Cruelty. Yeah, just super cool stuff on this album if you haven't heard this one for some reason. But yeah, my first Cannibal Corpse CD is a Skeletal Domain. Continuing a collection, you guys saw one by this band in the last update, and now you're getting another one. This is Death with the Sound of Perseverance. I mentioned that I picked up Symbolic in the last one versus this one because it was a little bit cheaper, but I found this one used. It's actually a German pressing at a different record store than the one I went to last time for a pretty good price, so I picked it up. So now I have 4 Death albums. I have Scream Bloody Gore, Leprosy, Symbolic, and Sound of Perseverance, plus, you know, some live stuff compilations. So what is that, 4 out of 7? We're getting there. I'll have them all eventually. Next one is a local band I found at this record store, and it was like $5. So I said sure, because I didn't have anything by this band yet. This is Greeley thrash metal. If you don't know where Greeley, Colorado is, it's not very far away from Denver. But this is the band Draghoria with their album Portal to Extinction. This was released in 2016, looks like. And yeah, I know this band. I've shouted them out, I believe, but I didn't have anything by them. But now I do, so that's pretty cool. Looks like this was self-released CD too. Pretty cool stuff in there. Definitely check out Draghoria if you haven't already. Yeah, looks like the insert just ran away. That's cool. Anyway, the last thing I picked up was the only new CD I got at the record store, but I had to have it. I had a budget of like $50. I was getting there. I was trying to fit as much as I could, but this was $14, $15 new or something, but I knew I had to have it when I saw it because it's one of my favorite thrash albums of the 2020s. Probably the best thrash album of the 2020s, if I'm not mistaken. In my opinion, at least, I think it's the best so far. That's Weapons of Tomorrow by Warbringer. Just phenomenal songwriting on here. Great thrash album. Love the band Warbringer, but I think this is one of their best outings for sure. This or Woes of the Vanquished is probably their best. But yeah, this is a super awesome album. Knew I had to have it, so I bought it new. There's the inside with the band looking all cool. But yeah, that is all the stuff I have new in my collection, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely let me know if you like any of that stuff or if you have suggestions for stuff I should pick up in the future. Hope you're all doing well. Have a nice day. See ya.